Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into an amazing modern fable called The Seed of Silence and the Stone of Praise. It's all about a really bright kid named Aryan, and you know what? It holds this massive, game-changing secret about how to make your absolutely biggest dreams actually come true.
But before we even meet Aryan, I gotta ask you something. Have you ever had just a brilliant idea? I mean, a huge, world-changing, incredibly exciting idea, and the literal second it popped into your head, did you immediately want to run and tell the whole wide world about it? Like you just had to text your friends, tell your parents, or post it online before you even started working on it? Well, if you have, trust me, you are definitely not alone. It's totally natural. But as we're about to see, it might just be the exact thing stopping you from succeeding.
So, let's jump right into Section 1. Meet Aryan the superstar, the boy with big ideas.
Now, Aryan might actually feel pretty familiar to some of you. He was an incredibly smart kid living in a really busy city, and his brain was basically always buzzing with new, amazing projects. But Aryan had one tiny little problem. Whenever he had a great idea, let's say a plan to build a cool new robot or write an entire book, he would immediately post all about it on social media. And guess what happened? His friends and followers would completely flood his page with likes and comments. They'd call him a superstar and a future genius.
And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates a massive trap that Aryan fell right into. We call this trap fake satisfaction. You see, when everyone praised his ideas, Aryan's brain kind of got tricked. All those cheers and good jobs made him feel so incredibly happy and successful that he actually felt like he'd already finished the work. It's like celebrating winning a race before you've even tied your shoes. The terrible result of all this? He never actually finished anything. If you peeked inside his bedroom, it was literally just a mess of incomplete blueprints, half-read books, and projects that absolutely never saw the light of day. He was totally stuck.
When things get tough, we usually need a little guidance, right? Which brings us to Section 2, the seed and the stone, and a grandfather's wisdom.
So Aryan finally hit his breaking point. He was just so frustrated looking at this totally messy room full of unfinished dreams. He decided to go to his wise grandfather and asked a really crucial question. He said, "Grandfather, I have the best ideas in the world, so why can't I ever do anything big?" Now, his grandfather didn't answer right away. Instead, he just smiled and guided Aryan out into the garden for a very special, hands-on lesson. Out in the garden, his grandfather took out 2 ordinary clay pots. In the very first pot, he placed a beautiful, shiny, super precious stone. He took this pot and set it right in the middle of a busy crossroad where absolutely everyone walking by could see it, point at it, and talk about how shiny it was. But in the second pot, he simply planted a tiny, quiet little seed. He took this pot and hid it way away in a dark, quiet corner of the garden where nobody would ever even notice it.
Grandfather then turned back to Aryan and delivered this beautiful piece of wisdom. He said, "Aryan, this shiny stone gets all the praise right now. Everyone looks at it. But you know what? It will never grow. It will never become a tree. But that little seed, the one sitting all alone in the dark, with time and quiet patience, that is the one that will actually grow and bear fruit." Wow. It was just a magical realization for Aryan. The real magic happens in the quiet, not in the applause.
So let's see exactly how Aryan applies this lesson in Section 3, 6 Months of Silence, and the incredible power of quiet work. Aryan was a smart kid, and he took his grandfather's lesson straight to heart. In month 1, he did the absolute hardest thing first. He completely deleted his social media and just stepped right out of the spotlight. By month 3, he was working entirely in secret. Every single night, he was sitting at his desk, locked in and focused. When things got hard or annoying bugs popped up in his code, he didn't complain to anyone, he just kept his head down and kept working. And finally, at month 6, boom! He launched a brand new, fully functioning mobile app to the public. The entire city was completely amazed. His friends were totally shocked. They ran right up to him and were like, "Aryan, why didn't you tell us you were building this?" And Aryan, he just smiled. The absolute crucial point of this whole story is captured perfectly in his answer. He told them, "I've learned that hard work should be done in silence, so success can make the noise." Isn't that just so powerful? He didn't need their praise at the start because the finished app was loud enough to speak completely for itself. And that leads us right into our final section. Section 4, 3 Rules for Success, taking these amazing lessons from the garden straight into your own lives. Let's distill everything we've learned from Aryan's journey down into 3 simple rules you can literally use for your very next big idea. Number 1, remember the power of the dark. Just like a little seed, your new ideas are super fragile. They need peace, quiet, and focus to actually take root and grow, definitely not a bright, glaring spotlight. Number 2, beware the trap of early praise. Seriously, don't let your brain get tricked by fake validation. Save the applause for when the job is actually fully done. And finally, number 3, focus on the finish line. Real true pride doesn't come from making a bunch of noise about what you plan to do. It comes from that amazing, unbeatable feeling of actually looking at something you finished with your own 2 hands.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I really want to leave you with one final, super important question to think about. The very next time you have a brilliant, world-changing idea, what will you do? Will you rush out to get cheered on and be a shiny stone that never actually grows? Or will you embrace the quiet, do the hard work, and become a growing seed? Well, the choice is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn this incredible lesson, and honestly, I absolutely cannot wait to see what amazing things you all grow in the silence.